Facing My Fears by Brittany Mitlighter. As I climbed to the top, I immediately regretted my decision. I wish I could go back and change my mind. The summer before my senior year of high school, my sister made it to the finals of a liberal arts competition through our church. The location of the competition was Florida. My dad decided our family vacation that summer could be to go to Florida to see her and also go to Disney World, SeaWorld, and the beach. With 7 people in our family, we decided to drive because the cost would be much less than flying. We spent the next 2 days exploring Disney World, which I thought was fun, for the most part. I am not much of a ride person, so I spent a lot of time watching and waiting as my family went on the roller coasters. It was as boring as watching paint dry. On day 3, we visited the beach, but day 4 was something I was really looking forward to. I have loved dolphins and sea life ever since I was a little girl. Pulling into the parking lot of SeaWorld, I couldn't help but feel excited, even as a teenager. We walked around for a bit, and then my older sister, Tanya, said she wanted to go on the Manta. Like me, she also doesn't like roller coasters, so this really shocked me. She convinced me that this type of roller coaster was better because it was like you were flying. I decided to be brave and try it out. As we headed for the line, we noticed that the ride seemed awfully quiet. We didn't see any people on the ride. As we near the entrance, we hear someone on the loudspeaker say, "The ride is having mechanical issues and should be back up and running shortly." That was about enough for me to run the other way. Instead, we decided to stay in line. I couldn't believe it! As people were leaving, we moved up in the line until we were the first people. The whole time I just kept thinking, why am I doing this? My first roller coaster has to be one that is broken down? The workers sent a few test carts through, and then they cleared us to enter the ride. We sat 4 wide. I was in the middle with Tanya, and my stepsister Erica and my stepmom were on the edges. The boys stayed back to watch. I think they were the smart ones. The ride started off pretty slow. As we turned the first corner, I saw the ginormous hill we were about to climb. My palms were sweaty, and I gripped the handlebars so tight my knuckles were turning white. I wanted off, now. Panic set in as I realized what I had just done. All the things that could go wrong started flowing through my head. What if my belt isn't tight? What if I slip out? What if it breaks down again? I think I even started to tear up, but before I knew it, we were descending, and fast. I lost my breath, but when I caught it again, I was actually enjoying myself. We went through a few more twists, turns, and loops. I screamed and laughed and enjoyed the ride from then on. My favorite part was when we turned sideways over the water and the water sprayed up. And then we came to a stop. I didn't want the ride to end. We unbuckled and looked at the pictures they took of us, and before I knew it, we were back on the ride. We rode it 3 times in a row. After that, I was ready to tackle all of the roller coasters and immediately regretted not going on the ones at Disney World. I guess someday I will have to go back with my own kids.